The objective for today is I can solve a subtraction problem with regrouping with the algorithm, and today we are also going to practice checking our answers with addition. So just as a reminder for the checking with addition and subtraction are inverse operations. That means they undo each other. So when we think about this, we think about fact families. So remember when we were doing fact families, there were 2 addition problems and 2 subtraction problems for each fact family. And we used all of the same numbers, and that is because addition and subtraction undo each other. So for example, 3 plus 4 is equal to 7, but then we also know that 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. So this same idea is how we can check our subtraction answers with addition. So if I solve the problem 7 minus 4 and I got the answer of 3, well, I can go back and do the inverse and say 3 plus 4. If that's equal to 7, then I know I did these 2 correctly. So when we're solving with subtraction and then checking with the addition, basically we're just making a fact family, but instead of doing it with our facts that we've been practicing all the time, we're doing it with bigger numbers. So let's get started for today. For this first problem, we're going to solve 85 minus 58. So first for the algorithm, I'm going to set up our problem vertically. So I'm going to do 85 minus 58. So let's start in our ones place. For our ones, we're going to subtract 5 minus 8. Can I subtract 5 and take away 8? I can't, so I'm going to go next door. I'm going to borrow one of these 10s. So instead of having 8 10s, I'm only going to have 7 left. And I'm going to change this 5. Instead of just having 5 ones, now I'm going to have 15 ones. So now I have 15 minus 8. And 15 minus 8 is equal to 7. And now in my 10s, I have 7 minus 5. So 7 minus 5 is equal to 2. So for 85 minus 58, I got an answer of 27. So remember, when I'm checking with the addition, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my answer to my subtraction problem. So I got 27. I'm going to add that to the other part. The other part is our subtrahend. So I'm going to add that to 58. And then I will know if I got this problem right if I get a sum of 85. So remember, I think of this as just kind of going the opposite way from subtraction. So I start at the bottom and then I use the numbers going up. So 27 plus 58. So let's start by adding our ones. 7 plus 8 is equal to 15. I have to regroup my 1. Now I have 1 plus 2 plus 5. 1 plus 2 plus 5. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. All right, so now I need to check. Over here I got an answer of 85. Was 85 my minuend? Was it my whole? It was. So that means I got this problem correct. So now I'm going to do a non-example so you can see again what happens when I don't solve the problem correctly and what steps we need to go through in order to correct our answer. So for this problem, we're going to solve 336 minus 27. So let's start with my algorithm. (336 minus 27). So I'm going to start in my ones. 6 minus 7 equals 1. 3 minus 2 equals 1. And 3 minus 0 equals 3. Well, that was a pretty easy one. So now let's check our answer with addition. So let's start with my answer. My answer was 311. So 311. I'm going to add that to the other part, which was our 27. And if I solved it correctly, I should get my answer of 336. So let's check. I have 1 plus 7 equals 8. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 0 equals 3. So my addition answer is 338. Is that the same as 336? It isn't. So I need to go back and I need to find where I made my mistake. So let's go back to my subtraction problem. Let's start by looking in our ones. I have 6 minus 7 equals 1. Wait a minute. 6 minus 7, I have more on the floor. If I only have 6, can I give away 7? I can't. So 6 minus 7 does not equal 1. And I see this mistake all the time. Don't let this be the mistake that you make. Make sure that you're not flipping those numbers. What I actually did in my head was I did 7 minus 6. But that's not my problem. My problem is 6 minus 7. And 6 minus 7 does not equal 1. So I need to go back and fix that. So I'm going to go ahead and erase my answer down here. And then let's retry this. So now for 6 minus 7, I need to go next door. So I'm going to borrow one of these 10s and regroup it. So now I have 16 ones minus 7 ones. 16 minus 7 is equal to 9. Now I have 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 equals 0. And I have 3 minus 0. 3 minus 0 is equal to 3. So now let's check it out with my new numbers. I can still keep my 27 because that's still one of my parts right there. But now I have a new answer. So I'm going to add 309 to 27. And now if I get this one correct this time, I should get an answer of 336. So let's check it out. Let's start in our ones. 9 plus 7. 9 plus 7 is equal to 16. So I need to regroup my 10. Now for my 10s, I have 1 plus 0 plus 2. That equals 3. And for my hundreds, I have 3 plus 0. That equals 3. So let's check it out. My answer for my addition is 336. Was that my whole? Was that my minuend? It was, so I got this one correct now. So these next couple, I want you to solve with me. So go ahead and set up your algorithm to do the subtraction for this problem, and go ahead and solve this subtraction problem, and then come back and I'll work through the check with addition with you. So let's first do the subtraction. We have 105 minus 23. Let's subtract our ones. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. 0 minus 2 is not equal to 2. We need to go next door, right? We have more on the floor. Go next door. So I'm going to borrow this 100. So now I'm left with 0 hundreds. And I'm going to take this 100 and put it in my 10s. So now I have 10 minus 2. And that equals 8. So you should have gotten a difference of 82. Now check this answer with me with addition. So remember, I'm going to start at the bottom and make my subtraction problem using the numbers going up. So I'm going to start with 82 I'm going to add my other part to that, 23. And if we get it correct, hopefully our answer is 105. So let's start in our ones. 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Now we have 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 equals 10. And I don't have any hundreds, so I can go ahead and write the 1 right next to it. All right, 105. 105. So our difference was correct. Our difference was 82. Okay, go ahead and try this last one all on your own. Do both the algorithm and the check with addition, and then come back and check your answers with me. So for algorithm, we're going to set it up as 581 minus 182. All right, so let's start in the ones. 1 minus 2, I can't do that. So I have to go next door. I'm going to borrow a 10. Now it's 11 minus 2. That equals 9. So now for the tens, I have 7 minus 8. Ooh, I got double regrouping in this one because I cannot do 7 minus 8. So I'm going to go next door to the hundreds. I'm going to borrow 100 and move it into my tens. So now I have 17 minus 8. 17 minus 8 is 9. And finally, for my hundreds, I have 4 minus 1. And that equals 3. All right, let's check our work. Let's see if 399 is the correct answer. So we're going to start with 399. We're going to add our other part, 182. 9 plus 2 equals 11. Regroup my 1. Now I have 1 plus 9 plus 8. I know 1 plus 9 is 10. So 10 plus 8 equals 18. Regroup my 1 again. Now I have 1 plus 3 plus 1, which equals 5. So our answer was 581. Was that my minuend? Was that my whole? 581. It was, so we got it correct. Your independent practice for today is a worksheet. These first 3 problems, you need to just solve the subtraction problems using the algorithm. And then down here for these bottom 2, you're going to first solve the problem with subtraction. If you want to use the algorithm, you can. If you want to use one of the other methods, you can also do that. But then over here on this side, you're going to check your answer with an addition problem. So make sure you do subtraction, and then addition, subtraction, and then addition. And you're just checking your answer with those. When you finish, turn it in.